Baker, swim dodge, fires and scores! Skipping a step, behind the back! Pass, the extra look, and the goal! Shot on goal and good.
On this night, on the Varsity Media Sports Network, it is one of the more meaningful pieces of hardware, trophies in all of sports, Riegs Rock, the 13th version of one of the greatest lacrosse rivalries in America. Manhasset High School, home of the Indians, but tonight they welcome in the Flyers of Chaminade. Chaminade will come in looking to get yet another victory in this series. The Indians of Manhasset looking to keep the ball rolling. Well, good to have you aboard, everybody. Jimmy Cavallo, our entire Varsity Media Sports Network gang, alongside of the call, the former Hicksville keeper. He won a national championship at Adelphi. He's now the outstanding coach of Oyster Bay right here on Long Island, Brian Soper. And Soap, this has everything you want in a night of lacrosse. Two high-powered, nationally ranked programs, but there's so much more at stake when you think about Riegs Rock.
It's a tremendous atmosphere out there. We're on the field before the game. Tremendous energy on both sides. It's got a college feel to it, and nothing better than to honor the life of James Regan, who played for Chaminade and went on to play at Duke, and this is what lacrosse is all about.
Jimmy Regan, who grew up in Manhasset. As Soap said, he went on to play at Chaminade. From there, it was Duke. But after 9/11, Jimmy Regan had a calling that there was something more meaningful in his life. So he enlisted in the Army Rangers. He had the grades.
The research, all the great players just pulling into the parking lot, seeing the stickers, then the colleges that and all these parents and players and former players, went to. This is a lacrosse mecca right now, and I'm just so glad to be
in this series. Doesn't get any better than that.
And tremendous. And following in the footsteps of Jimmy Regan, Chaminade has sent so many great players to Duke, all right, from the Fowlers, the Zenkers, Cerrone, just so much, little bit of a pipeline, right, to Duke. And I was doing a little research, and Regan, right, Regan scored 4 goals and 1 assist in the 2002 ACC championship, and against Virginia. And Terenzi, right, is going, the star player from Manhasset is going to Virginia. So there's so much there on the field, so much history with these tremendous programs.
And they haven't played in a couple of years. You saw the last year was 2019. Of course, the COVID situation in 2020. Didn't play the game last year. So all time, it's what you would expect. They've played 12 times already. It's not 6-6, but it's really close. It's 7-5 for Chaminade.
And I was lucky enough to go and be a high school teammate with Cromie from Manhasset. And I just kind of asked him, like, how are you guys feeling? Like, do you feel like pressure, right, to win this game? And he's like, you know what? No, it's just an amazing, and they're so glad to be a part of it, and they just know it's going to be a great game.
It's also the perfect last final big dog tune-up, as we're within a week now before the playoffs. The second season begins. Chaminade will play a championship game on Tuesday night against St. Anthony's. We'll carry that game right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And when you look at the tail of the tape right now, listen, don't get caught up in losses for these two teams, because they play an unbelievable schedule. It's sort of like the who's who in high school lacrosse. So they're both going to have a couple losses. You saw their varsity media rank. But, translation is they're both very evenly matched just from an abundance of talent.
And I think sometimes as a coach, right, a couple of losses here and there is tremendous for you in the long run. At the end of the day, you have a goal, right? Beat St. Anthony's in the championship, and Manhasset has bigger aspirations, right? The C playoffs coming up. Sinai and Shoreham are staring there in Suffolk, and then whatever awaits, upstate. So, at the end of the day, 2 losses, 1 loss is undefeated, right? At the end of the day, you want a Catholic championship and you want a state title.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You saw their national rank there, too. Both these teams ranked in the national top 25. Let's talk about some impact players in this game. Hey, Soap, you just said it a moment ago. Chaminade's got a great history of sending guys to Duke. Here's one of them, Charles Balsamo. He was a little bit of a question mark coming into the game, but the good news for the Flyer Nation, number 19, that's Jimmy Regan's number. He's going to go.
Yeah, big game, big-time player, right? Expecting him to step up big here tonight for Chaminade. And that pipeline to Duke, Coach Danowski, Coach Caputo, they're getting a good one there in the lefty Balsamo.
And on the other side, the Cornell commit, Matty Perfetto, the senior attackman, the captain, he could fill it up.
I love his game, right? It's well-rounded. You see 15 goals, 16 assists. You know, he can take you from behind and stick one, or he can feed you if you try to slide to him. Super smart player, right, from a lacrosse family.
So there's your impact players on this night, as we will have some ceremonial festivities here as both teams will line up. It's a game that has so much meaning, and all the players have a great perspective on this meeting. We mentioned it's the 13th version of this. They know they have something to play for. They all want to have that Reeves Rock in their trophy case for the next year. But, you know, these are two well-educated lacrosse programs. These are mature kids, and they really bask in the glory of playing in the honor of Jimmy Regan.
I think that's important, right? It might be the 13th, but for a lot of these kids, it's the first, right? And to be able to carry,
I think for all of them, because they haven't played it in 2 years.
And to carry on his name, and for all these kids to just remember Regan and what he stood for, that's super special.
Yeah, you had to be a freshman to play in this game. Let's go down and join our PA announcer for some of these opening ceremonies.
Of one of our Manhasset PAL coaches, who also gave his life in service of the country. Before I go into the benediction that Brother Thomas will provide, one of the things that I think we need to emphasize, and for today as a moment of remembrance, is that Coach Richie Moran left us in late April. Richie Moran was a coach here at Manhasset for 4 years, in the early to mid-60s, and was highly successful, and then went on to Sewanaka and to Elmont, and then to Cornell, where he was also eminently successful. But it was Richie Moran's class and the way in which he engaged and the loyalty that he engendered of all those he coached, Manhasset and Chaminade guys. So I'd like to have a moment of silence, and also the uncle of Jack Moran, a moment of silence for Richie Moran. At this time, I'll introduce Thomas Cleary, the president of Chaminade High School.
Two schools, two teams, one family, united in highlighting the values of integrity, grit, perseverance, self-sacrifice of the men that I just mentioned, and particularly in honor of James Regan, who I had the pleasure of teaching, and the 75th Army Regiment. All those values, who we value, what we value, we see in these men. Because who we honor tonight speaks to the values we all try to live in the lives we live every day. So please join me in a moment of prayer as we bow our heads. We pray for all those men and women who go before us, defending our freedoms, and keeping us safe in this country. We particularly remember Sergeant James Regan, the sacrifice he made, the Regan family, the Regan family friends, and relatives who dealt so much through the years, and the 75th Army Regiment. We ask God's blessings on them to keep them safe. Amen. Have the national anthem.
Outstanding ceremony being headed by Frank Coughlin. You also heard a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Brother Thomas Cleary of Chaminade also presiding over the ceremonies. And they had some kind words, a moment of silence for Richie Moran. Richie Moran, of course, the legendary Long Island lacrosse figure. Cornell was also Jack Moran's uncle. So you look at the starting lineup for this game tonight for Chaminade: Balsamo, Creo, McMahon, Alakwa, Flaherty, Lando, Filippelli, Cole, Collette, Fox, and Flynn. And for Manhasset, Perfetto, Connor, Riley, Gerard at that face-off X, Peterson, Terenzi, Panzik, Diaso, Mulholland, Letter, and I'm the sophomore keeper, Matthew I'm. So big opportunity for him. He was not the starting goalie to start the year, but one of those, hey, you're a former keeper. You know sometimes you got to fight your way onto the field, and the 10th grader did just that. Now he finds himself starting in goal right here. So you see our varsity media, boys, Sweet 16 as of May 8th. Mount Sinai playing tonight. Big matchup out on the island. You see number 2, St. Anthony's. Mount Sinai playing Shoreham Wading River. Cold Spring Harbor at 4. Garden City at 5. Northport. This is like a who's who of Long Island lacrosse. But amazing list of talented team there in the varsity media boys LAC Sweet 16.
Just a ton of tradition, right? You see those programs, they're always in the mix.
So they'll meet at midfield and go through it. Of course, Manhasset in their home whites. Scarlet and gold for the Flyers of Chaminade.
That looks like Verdi in the net. Looks like Flynn's.
Yeah, that is P.J. Verdi, the junior keeper who was just cleared. And not bad, but you could put a Hopkins-bound keeper in between the pipes. So Verdi gets the nod. He's been banged up. 13th version of Riggs Rock, Chaminade, Manhasset. We are underway. Coming out hot now is Cal Gerard. Gerard right down Broadway, fires it home. Cal Gerard, welcome to Riggs Rock. The Duke-bound junior makes it 1-0 for the Indians.
That's exactly how you want to start from Manhasset. Win the face-off clean, come down, no one slides. Top corner, Gerard. As a goalie, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the first shot you want to see coming out of the first faceoff.
Gerard bringing the crowd to its feet here, just like that. As you take another look now, off the draw once again, battle for the ball. Towards the out of bounds, it'll be Chaminade's ball now.
Good scrap there on the wings. All right, fought for it, made it a little messy there on the draw, and Chaminade gets possession.
Now bringing it across. Pat Flaherty, the junior. Flaherty will get it in. Now Flaherty being harassed there. On the hands is Jack Mulholland, the sophomore. He's got a little edge, and he's going to pick up a foul. So delayed penalty coming up here against Manhasset, but Chaminade with the ball.
This is good for Chaminade, giving up that opening goal to get a possession here, kind of a free possession. And, knowing that there's a flag down, we see an invert.
Here comes the captain now. Alakwa turns topside, bounces it home, and we are tied at 1. The Notre Dame-bound captain, Christian Alakwa, saw a spot, and he hit it.
Right, so here he goes, right? Righty player. They let him go left here. That stick has eyes, right? You get to that top side. You got that stick upfield. Right, good things happen. You see him there, drop down low to his knees. Nice bounce shot to the top corner by Alakwa.
One of the team leaders, captain of the football team, quarterback of the football team, well-rounded athlete is Christian Alakwa.
Yeah, his brother went to West Point. I had the opportunity to coach him in the summer. Just a great family, just hard workers, right, captains on whatever team they play. Alakwas are usually the captains.
Off the face-off, nicely done by Gerard. He'll field it clean. Now Gerard will turn it upfield, and his possession from Manhasset. Gerard now taking it strong. He'll go behind, and they'll set it up.
Jimmy, these guys are flying out there.
It's just a beautiful night to play lacrosse. It feels like postseason lacrosse when the temperatures climb to nearly 80 degrees. Now, you play this game in the Northeast mostly in cool weather, so when it gets a little warm, you know it's getting a little more serious. So,
you know, a lot of these guys have made names for themselves, right? But again, you want to put your stamp on a lot of this in a big game and kind of prove yourself, and you can tell right away that the intensity is super high out there.
Chaminade now off the turnover. Here's Gary Correa. He'll drop it off now onto the hands of Balsamo. Here's Balsamo now. Lefty crank, and he puts it home.
Good shot, right? If you see Manhasset drop back into a zone, right, there was a little bit of a miscommunication there, and that's the last guy you want to leave with no one on his hands. Balsamo from about 12, stinging it.
Number 19, Charles Balsamo.
Balsamo, the Duke-bound senior captain, makes it 2-1 Chaminade. Now Quinn Ball will go to that face-off X, and he'll have a turn against Gerard.
That's too perfect, Jimmy, right? Duke, 2 goals, Duke commit, Jimmy Regan, Riggs rock. That's awesome stuff.
Gotta love it. 19. You needed him out there tonight.
Oh, that's the freshman. Quinn Ball with a clean win there on the face-off to his wings.
A historical freshman out there for Chaminade. Really the first freshman ever to crack the lineup. When you have the wealth of talent and embarrassment of riches, you don't need to bring up those freshmen, but they did. Now turning down the alley onto the right hand of Alakwa. Alakwa now will bring it from behind, and from behind they'll go. Wheeling and dealing now is Creo. Here's Creo. Turns top side, but it's a save by the keeper. Going up to get it that time was him. Now another delayed penalty coming up here. So Matty Im, the sophomore, after giving up a couple, stood his ground there.
Big one, right? To get that first save under your belt, especially from in tight, right? He stood tall. Last time he went to his knees, right? There he stays tall, right? Makes a stop. On the offensive set, the Indians were locking Balsamo, right? So we got to watch that to see if that's going to be the strategy for the entire game, right? To lock the Duke commit.
So it'll be Manhasset ball now, and they'll be a man up. As going off is Ryan Landolfi, the Navy-bound junior. So our first EMO situation on the night. Ben Fox now and Jack Flaherty, a little two-man game here.
Just like Im got that first save, let's see if Verdi can get one under his belt here.
Check that, it's Hunter Panzik and Joey Terenzi now. Here's Jack Peterson. Swinging it back over to Panzik. This will be a turnover, just what Chaminade wanted there.
Not that it definitely impacted it, but the sun is a little bit tough on that side and didn't really seem to pick up that pass.
You can see that shadow line running right through. So now using his feet is Alakwa. Alakwa now finds a triple team, somehow gets out of it now. And Alakwa will bring it in. On his hands right here is James Lapina.
Right, Coach Cromwell will not be happy with that man-up possession.
Balsamo now to his left hand. See Balsamo with that wrap on that left calf. Balsamo now going to work. Here's Balsamo now. Drops it off up top. Coming down the alley is Alakwa. Alakwa defended nicely, and they'll pull it out.
So you see they're shutting him off, and Chaminade's using Balsamo in the pick game.
So behind they go now. Left side, turning, sharp angle. Yes, sir! Gavin Creo, the Richmond-bound junior. Very little angle, a lot of success.
Yeah, so good job here, dodging the alley. Right, sneaks to the backside. Creo goes hard to the cage. There's no slide, and just picks a corner. Great team offense sharing the ball there by Chaminade, recognizing a hedge to the ball, and that same guy can't slide to the ball and try to get Creo on the backside.
So it's 3-1 Chaminade now. Just underway here in the first quarter of Riggs Rock. Coming out hot now, free possession. Here comes Gerard once again. Gerard fires it home, but the keeper right there, Verdi, was on it. PJ got a good look at that, and the Hopkins-bound junior makes a big save.
Huge save, and Chaminade wins the race to the sideline, so you get a double momentum there. You get the loose ball plus a big save for your keeper.
So the Flyers now will bring it across. Here's a shot on the inside, and this is a save now. So Im now comes up with one. Quick outlet onto the stick of Jack Peterson. And now Peterson will use his wheels to get up. Peterson bound for Harvard as a junior. So Manhasset now trails by 2. Peterson to the inside. Fires one up and over the bar. They have it backed up. And they'll maintain possession. Peterson lost the head of his stick, so he'll have to come off.
Gas pedal is down, right, from Manhasset. They're going to the cage hard.
Perfetto draws the double, takes a lick, but keeps on ticking right there. And they'll start up top with Hunter Panzik.
Big early possession here for Manhasset, down 3-1. Really want to try to get a good shot and patient shot on offense.
3 losses for Manhasset on the year. Cold Spring Harbor by 1, Darien by 2, and of course in overtime in the Woodstick to Garden City, a battle royale. Penalty coming up now is going to the turf as Perfetto. Here's a shot on Cage, but right there, going down to get it is big P.J. Verdi.
Flag down situation. There was a loose ball, but the defense they don't blow the whistle until a possession, right? Panzik picks it up, boom, right? Great save by Verdi, right? Nimble, getting down to the ground, right? That's 2 saves in a row. His chest is a little bit more puffed out right now, right? He's ready for this man down.
32nd man up now as Griffin Cole comes off, the captain for this Chaminade defense.
So Perfetto went super hard to the net, and just Chaminade is super aggressive defensively and get a, I believe it was a push call.
So here's Terenzi and company. He'll drop it off. Matt Cargiulo, the junior. Cargiulo now. And they'll go behind. Onto the stick of Hunter Panzik. Panzik with a fiery pass. They go to the inside, bring it back up top now. Still taking a look. Still time on the extra man here. Liam Connor now. Connor looking for a cutter. They fire cross crease right there. Backside look, but it was not connected. And it's a turnover. Skip pass did not go their way.
2-man downs for Chaminade. 2 kills right in the first quarter. That's big for them.
Now legging it out is Pat Flaherty for Chaminade. On the chase is Liam Connor. Flaherty now. Taking some contact. Ball checked out nicely there. Good stick check by Terenzi. But Chaminade will pick it back up. Chaminade up by 2. Still well over 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Now turning and firing. Tough angle, but Creo has it again. The Richmond-bound junior makes it 4-1. Right-handed rip.
First one lefty, second one righty. Goes hard. See a pick, right? Got to go under it. Again, that stick has eyes. You don't have to be so far upfield. You get that stick out extended, right? You shoot to the top of the net, right? Little dip by the goalie, top corner, bar down. Creo.
Converted midi from a year ago, running back on the football team. Just a great change of direction. You see some of that running back in him with his movements.
Shifty and the ability to go with both hands, right? That's a tough cover when you have speed and you can go and finish with both hands.
Cal Gerard will win the faceoff, so Manhasset, a much-needed possession here, as now they trail by 3, so Chaminade a little separation.
Really haven't been able to get much in the 6-on-6 so far, so let's see what Manhasset attempts to do offensively.
So now Jack Peterson drops off to Panzik. They'll swing it around back, and now from X is a look from Perfetto.
So look how spread they are, right? And Chaminade, they're going out and they're playing, right? So you got to win your matchup.
They got him 30 yards away. Now Peterson will go to his legs, to his left hand. Looking to drop it off. Peterson now will drop off his Terenzi. Terenzi fires with the right hand. It goes wide, but backing it up to the Indians of Manhasset. So Terenzi stepped into that one, and it just went high and wide.
That move was electric, right? He goes lefty, little rollback spin, right? That didn't miss by much.
Now Perfetto. Perfetto going to work with that right hand. Draws the pole, swings it up top to Peterson. Peterson now down the right alley. He'll drop it off. This is onto the stick of Dawson Riley. Riley to his left hand, guarded nicely. Good defense there by Benny Fox, the sophomore.
Yeah, a lot of juice down here on the Chaminade sideline. Great defensive stops. Looks like they're sliding adjacent, so it's really important to move that ball quick.
Now Peterson up top. They'll swing it around. Here comes Joey Terenzi now. Terenzi to his left hand. Terenzi winds, fires, and that one is wide.
What a move. Again, he's so dynamic, dodging with the ball. Verdi was a little out of position there. If that shot was a little closer to the pipe, it would have went.
Now looking to get top side and flailing out to come up top now. Here's Terenzi once again. Terenzi draws the pole this time with George Urich. Urich pushes him out nicely. Here's Terenzi again now. Down the alley to his left. Spins back to his right. Terenzi, good defense there. Stick checked away beautifully by Urich, the junior, heading off to Lafayette.
Good double. Great double. All right, you got to get the ball out of Terenzi's hands. And they doubled them and got the ball on the carpet and got it out.
This will be a push now on Chaminade, so good job by the defense to turn him over. Coming up with good hustle there was Patrick Leader, the Amherst-bound senior defender.
I like how the refs just let, they call the push there, no flag, right? Let the boys play. Just a bunch of hard-nosed action out there.
Under 4 minutes now as we come up on 3 minutes in the first quarter. Been a lot of Chaminade, the Flyers, and they lead by 3. So much firepower on both sides, though. No lead is safe.
And it's not like Manhasset hasn't had the ball, right? They've had the ball, and they've had two-man ups, and only have one on the board.
Peterson, swoop to the hoop. Count that one. Jack Peterson, the Harvard-bound junior, has the second of the day for the Indians.
Sometimes just got to win a matchup, right? Just got to win a matchup, right? You see, again, a pick, right? Just gets him a little step, gets underneath, boom, right? One extra step, right? Buries the ball. Great job by Peterson. Harvard's getting a great two-way midi there with the ability to not only play defense, clear the ball, but you see there putting the ball in the back of the net.
There's always that fork in the road in a three-goal game. Who gets that next one? You're either going to go +4 or -2. That was a big one.
Yeah, as a coach, that you keep reminding your players that the next goal is big, right? It doesn't have to be in the fourth quarter to be a big goal, right? Momentum is such a big part of lacrosse, and the differences between a 3-goal, 4-goal lead is tremendous.
Yeah, you don't want to start trading goals when you're already down 4, so they cut right into that lead. Off the turnover now, here comes Manhasset. Running it across is James Lapina. Boston University bounder. Juniors had an outstanding year.
So far, it looks like Terenzi, right? Terenzi's able to kind of get his hands free. Look for him to keep trying to dodge.
Connor now will go behind. Back up top, they'll go to the point man. Here's Terenzi. Onto the field now is Matty Cargiulo. Cargiulo now goes to his legs. Look at this sweet pass inside. Oh, what a save by Verdi. Verdi one-on-one. He'll win that battle. Now the battle for the loose ball, and Chaminade wins it.
Great save, bailed out the defense there. Manhasset's picking up on the fact that that Chaminade is sliding adjacent, right? So look, Cargiulo, he dodges hard to his right. You see the adjacent slide come, right? The sneak to the back door, boom, right? Great save by Verdi, bailing out his defense, right, on a shot by Riley. Right, that's Riley's wheelhouse, right? You give him that, 9 out of 10 times he's going to bury it, but not there with Verdi standing tall.
Verni's had a tough road, man. Came back in March off the ACL last year, had the ankle injury, but he's back out there once again, and he is looking sharp on this night. Chaminade now looking for a shot at the cage. They'll get that one up and over the bar.
Good to see for Verdi. I teach and coach in Oyster Bay, and Verdi's an Oyster Bay kid. I saw him in the deli the other day and wished him luck, and it's good to see him back on the field.
They didn't know if he was going to be back, so it's a big lift for Chaminade, especially going into Tuesday's championship against St. Anthony's. St. Anthony's, who won that title a year ago, 15-11. It's that end-of-the-year bowl game, the Friars and the Flyers.
Manhasset switching it up here, a little zone look, trying to change the tempo.
Drop off now to Flaherty. Final minute of the first quarter. Look at this. Skip pass across. Oh, that one caught a piece of the pipe. What a rip that time off the stick of Balsamo.
That skip, right? This skip pass by Creo is just ridiculous. That's Grant Met-like. Boom. Right, Balsamo, right? I mean, check that pipe, right? Make sure it's all right. Make sure it's not a little dent in it. Im's tapping it, right? Goalie's best friend there, but you don't even want your best friend to take one like that.
So Flaherty will bring it in now. Final 45 seconds of this first quarter. Chaminade +2. Here's Flaherty now. Nice pass to the inside, not handled. Good hustle, though, tracking it down. Now a battle for the loose ball. Chaminade comes out with it. Still plenty of time now, 30 seconds as they'll try and hold for one here. Now Flaherty to his feet. Swings it across. Ball movement now by the Flyers. They lead by 2. Oh, good defense along the end line right there. But off the loose ball, yes, sir! Picking up that loose change is Alakwa. The captain delivers right at the first quarter. Looked like Manhasset had a turnover, but Alakwa just great fight on the ride
you
here.
Just ride it back, you muck it up, right? Call those nuggets, right? Pick up a nugget off the ground and deposit that nugget right in the bank there. Good job, Alakwa. Huge goal. 15 seconds, right? As a coach, you don't want to give one up 15 seconds, and you love if on the other side, you love if you can get one.
Chaminade now +3. Still time, though, in this first quarter, especially with these face-off guys. Now off the draw, going to work. Time comes off, but Gerard comes out hot with it now. They do have time for a look here. Bringing it up now is Terenzi. Terenzi feels the double team, comes out of it. Terenzi to his left hand. Final seconds now. The ball will hit the turf, and that'll do it. On a spectacular night here at Manhasset High School, on a night where we honor the life and legacy of Jimmy Regan. Jimmy Regan, who grew up in Manhasset and played at Chaminade. His Flyers lead 5-2. Back in a moment right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you, because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body, because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
Back at Manhasset High School, Chaminade leads 5-2 in Riggs Rock right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Of course, it's brought to you by, right here, Sideline Swap, the app where lacrosse players buy and sell their gear. Shop top brands over 70% off. Cash in on last season's gear. Get started at SidelineSwap.com, the official sponsor of this game tonight. Sideline Swap. You could find the app and save big money in buying and selling your gear. Jimmy Cavallo, Brian Soper, Manhasset High School, Riggs Rock. 13th version. It is 7-5 all-time for Chaminade. And the Flyers got off fast in that first quarter, and they lead by 3.
So opening face-off for the second quarter, you see Quinn Ball, the freshman, right? He's going to go out there. So far, Gerard's doing what he does, right? He's dominating the face-off X. But, as a coach on the other side, right, you might be losing the face-off game, but you're up 5-2. That's a tremendous, advantage and confidence booster if you're Jack Moran and Chaminade.
I mean, I think sometimes the face-off is not as much of an advantage in college because of the shot clock, but there's no shot clock here tonight. It's just a little bit of an aberration. Manhasset is dominating in face-offs, but they still gave up 5 goals and trail by 3.
Yeah, and I think Verdi's a big part of that. He's made a couple of big saves there and kind of, stolen some possessions back for the Flyers.
Alakwa with a huge first quarter for Chaminade. He was wheeling and dealing. Now behind they go to Creo, and they'll swing it up top onto the stick.
So no longer shutting off Balsamo, right? Matched up here one-on-one.
So here comes the senior captain, Charles Balsamo, down the alley with that left hand. Charles Balsamo, good penetration, but the sophomore keeper stands his ground right there. So in with a big one.
Big save. You see Balsamo just goes so hard. He leans in. He's such a tough cover. It's hard to stop.
This was almost a knuckleball for him.
Yeah, right.
Kind of a high, soft bouncer.
Running through a lot of traffic. Right, just tough with the ball. Right, sneaks in, bounce, right, bounce save. Right, gives up a rebound. And picked up by Chaminade, allows them to call timeout.
Just sort of looking like a catcher there, trying to protect the plate. by getting his body in front of that one. That's all he had to do there was Matty Im, the sophomore. So there'll be a timeout on the field now. Hey, you know, if you want to bring your game to life, well, Varsity Media is the place to be with SportsCast. Varsity Media, we provide announcers, multiple cameras, instant replay, all the great graphics you see on this broadcast tonight. It's great for rival games. How about your senior day? Online, streaming live. Bring your game to life right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network for the Varsity Media Sportscast. General promotion of your team? Of course it is. Contact us to book a sportscast. There's the number, 516-403-2050, or visit us, varsitymedia.net.
Well, you mentioned senior day, right? What a memory this is going to be for these seniors, for the rest of their life, right? To remember playing in this game for this cause, just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a couple guys on this Manhasset team who were freshmen who played in this game in 2019. We mentioned Quinn Ball out there as a freshman tonight for Chaminade. He's the first ever freshman to play out there. So Jack Moran in 43 years, the legend, there's a pecking order. There's a time to wait. Generally, the freshmen aren't out there.
And I think that shows you how important the face-off game has become in lacrosse, that, you're looking everywhere. And if it's a freshman, it's a freshman. It doesn't matter. You need the ball.
Yeah, that might be the only position where Jack Moran would bring somebody up. So now Balsamo going to work. Balsamo to his left hand. Good double team. He's got a man on the inside. This pass sails high and wide, but the loose change is picked up. And one shooting and scoring is James McMahon. The UPenn-bound senior attackman. Good job to find the loose ball, and he puts it home.
So you see Balsamo gets doubled, right? He gets doubled. He throws a pass to the crease, kind of overthrows, right? Little Johnny on the spot there by McMahon. Right, and he knows what to do with it. Buries the ball low on him.
This will be a 1-minute man up now. No face-off, of course.
Just call it a dead ball.
Yeah, going off is Jack Mulholland, the sophomore.
So I think when McMahon scored that goal, right, after he scored it, he got hit a little bit late after the whistle, and therefore it's a man up.
Yeah, it's the lacrosse version of the N1. You avoid the face-off, you get the ball, and you're a man up after scoring a goal. It's very penal. Chaminade now leads by 4. And they have the ball here, second quarter, Reeves Rock. Live images here from Manhasset High School.
Dangerous group out there for Chaminade.
Lefty sniper, Ryan Landolfi. Next stop for Landolfi is Navy in the junior midi with a little giddy up on that one.
Yeah, big lefty, right? Man up, right? Little skip there. Steps into the middle of the field. Right, lefty hammer shot there by Landolfi. Just, that's so good how he comes to the ball. You get to the middle like a foul shot in basketball, right? That opens up the whole net for you. And then that's a couple of shots, couple of saves that haven't been made, right? Not his fault, but definitely confidence check, right, for Manhasset defensively.
Landolfi moved to midfield with so many numbers on attack. Look at Quinn Ball now coming up with the ball. And not a bad name for a face-off guy to be named Ball.
Yeah, his brother was pretty good, too.
So sustained momentum now for Chaminade. They are +5 in this one. Of course, Manhasset's got all the firepower they need to get back into this one. But right now, Chaminade is in control of this game. Here's Creo now. Creo turns back to his left hand, draws the defense, and he'll bring it back up top.
You see Chaminade right up and using his second midfield, getting guys some rest here.
Good hustle play by Matty Burns to track it down. Balsamo now. Balsamo being chased nicely by Jack Mulholland on the pole. Balsamo, though, patiently will step back. Now Mulholland and Balsamo, the Duke-bound senior captain. Charlie will go behind. He drops it off into Brendan Riley's stick.
First time we've seen Riley there setting some picks behind the net.
Turnaround jumper by Creo, sails high and wide.
So it's pretty obvious if they're playing Barcelo straight, right, they're quickly doubling him. So when you quickly double, right, you got to make sure you have your ones and your two slides, right, to cover up him as a feeder.
Correa now to his right hand. He'll bring it back up top. Brian Knapp will glide across. Here is Balsamo. Balsamo, low rocket! Into the back of the cage, and the captain has another one wearing that number 19 on Riggs Rock Night.
Just so dangerous. They just leave him, right? Leave him, right? He steps in. That's too much room for a Division I shooter. Low shot, 5-hole, timeout, Manhasset.
Balsamo is just a guy that goes hard, sets the tone. So many guys in this game, of course, wear that number 19 now to honor the legacy and the life of Jimmy Regan. Jack Ty, of course, went on to Yale. Willie Rentz. These are like the who's who of Chaminade Lacrosse. Guys who are still playing in college. Joe Delra at Navy. Sean Cooten at Yale. Kevin Pinmental at Michigan. You know, when Jack Moran tells you you're going to wear number 19 for the Flyers of Chaminade, you carry a little responsibility, and they've all done such a wonderful job with that responsibility.
Yeah, Jack Ty went on to Yale and 2018 won a national championship, right? That's about as good as it gets. And Cutton, right, I think his little brother's a freshman playing on the JV team, right? I saw that Manhasset was shutting him off, so I think his name is Connor. So just a tremendous lacrosse family, and the tradition, you know, goes on, and the rich keep getting richer.
Yeah, see then 19, that Cutton wore here at Chaminade, now at Yale, and with Charles Balsamo, you could tell he's got a little extra motivation tonight. Wonderful representation of Chaminade, and that number 19. Guy just plays 100 miles per hour all the time. I mean, in this game, there's not a better compliment you can get from a coach when the coach says, plays 100 miles per hour all the time.
The best thing is when they wear 19 and then when they bring it to their college program, and the story just doubles, right? It gets to more people and the story of his life, and it's just tremendous that these kids honor that, and for their whole life it changes them.
Chaminade with the ball again. They are +6 now. Manhasset swimming in shark-infested waters, trailing by half a dozen. Still a ton of lacrosse left, though. We're only in the second quarter. Jack Flaherty now. Flaherty now go behind. They get this defense moving once again. Here comes a cutter down the alley, but nice save by the keeper. Looked like him went down and got it.
Yeah, I think it's deflected by the defenseman here who's recovering 29. Right, good job, good feed, good cut down. Boom, I think it hits the defenseman either in the head or somewhere.
Never got there, but this one does. Gavin Creo. He is having a night. The Richmond-bound junior has been slippery through this Manhasset defense. Number 2 is finding some room.
That's 3 for 2, right? 3 goals for number 2. Creo, right, feeling it. A lot of energy. He just every time he scores, he's celebrating. He just plays with a ton of energy.
Natural righty. Also goes lefty. Just excellent speed. I mean, here's a kid that rides. He can shoot. Great compliment, too, to Balsamo. Off this draw once again. Manhasset dominating early. Gerard will lose his helmet, but he'll win the faceoff. To the inside, picking up the loose ball. Shot never got there, but tracked down by Perfetto.
Flyers are flying on the defensive end. They're just aggressive. They're checking. And Manhasset's feet are kind of still. Haven't had the ball in a while down here. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, this second quarter has been all Chaminade when it comes to possession. Terenzi now to his left hand. Rolls back to his right. Terenzi flips it behind. Now trying to turn top side. Firing one into the back of the cage. Must needed. Dawson Riley. The captain has goal number 3 on the night. And the Bryant Bound Senior with a nice bouncer.
Tremendous move. Terenzi goes, right, draws an adjacent slide. takes the extra step upfield, gets to like that 5-and-5. A little higher arc there by Verdi, right? Nice bounce shot right under the bar. Manhasset needed that one badly.
Now Gerard once again looking to keep his momentum going at that face-off X. A little stalemate here as they gather around, waiting to see who peaks first. Girardi just looking around and seeing where his teammates are. This is a chess match now going on at the 50-yard line at the face-off X. And now it squirts out. It'll go the way of Chaminade. Chasing it down is Owen Murphy, the Lehigh-bound junior. It's a whistle, and it's going to be Manhasset ball.
Good tie-up by Ball. I like to be his agent, right? He's locking up with a Duke, one of the best face-off guys in the country as a freshman. Just tremendous job by him to make that a 50-50 fight.
Long, bright future ahead. Now Peterson. It's got to be a chip-away mentality now for Manhasset. Takeaway now on the back line. Going to work on the ball. Still loose now. Squirts out in front now. Good job tracking it down by Peterson. And Manhasset's going to call a timeout. As Keith Cromwell wants to talk about it, it was a little unsettled there. And Cromwell now, he's got to value every possession in this game down by 6. That's a big number defensively to give up 9 goals when we're still only 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
You see Chaminade, I think I was reading in your notes that Coach Moran said, like, they'll guard you if you're trying to get a cup of water on the sideline. Profetto was about a foot away from the end line, and the defenseman from Chaminade is all over him, right? So their defensive mentality is to pressure out.
So the Indians of Manhasset, defending Nassau champs, they lost at the Long Island Championship last year to Joey Spallina and Mount Sinai. A goal with 12 seconds left. But a little State of the Union right now. When you look at this, what jumps out to you, Soap?
Well, one thing is that they lost to Cold Spring Harbor, who traditionally has been a C school. But this year they're like 2 or 3 kids short, so they're actually a D. Right? That's not good for Oyster Bay, right? That we have to go play Cold Spring Harbor if we are lucky enough to play in that game. But you see a little bit of a change there, right? Seaford's hot, right? They're the buzz team right now. Plain Edge, right, coming off a huge year last year. Southside has been super tough. You see, Manhasset has Plain Edge coming up. That's not going to be an easy game. Seaford plays Manhasset coming up. So really get to see if those teams are the real deal, Seaford and Plain Edge, to test it with the Indians.
Yeah, the playoffs will begin next week. Just a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun. It's a great time of year.
So Manhasset's kind of open here, right? There's no crease, kind of a circle. Let's see where they want to initiate from. Looks like from up top against the shorty.
Now on his horse now, turning and burning is Cargiulo. Cargiulo drops it off to Terenzi. Little two-man game here, backing it off. There's the junior Matt. He'll go behind now to the lefty, turning and burning, firing into the back of the cage. Dawson Riley has another one. The captain is heating up. The Bryant-bound senior attackman Dawson Riley, some great navigation through the D.
So again, we see a little pick, right? Little pick, gets to that top side, stick up field, right? Shoots a low bouncer there. Good timeout by Cromwell, right? Calls a timeout, draws something up in the huddle, come out, they're patient. And they get a much-needed goal. Little momentum here. Face-off. If Gerard can get super hot here and cut this lead to 2, maybe 3 before the half, that would be huge for Manhasset.
So they've cut the deficit to 5 now. Off the draw, coming out would have taken a big hit that time. No call. Gerard had control. But it'll go to Chaminade.
Tremendous wing play there by Chaminade, right? Gerard actually wins that face-off, but they don't come out with the ball because of the wing play by the Flyers.
Chaminade +5 now with possession. beautiful night for lacrosse here in Nassau County. Manhasset High School, one of the cathedrals of high school lacrosse. I've been playing lacrosse here since 1930s. Ripping one on the run, Gary Correa. The junior got his hands free and let a right-handed rocket fly.
Can't underestimate the ability to get to the middle, right? Get to the middle, hands free. I mean, that's absolutely stung in the top corner by Correa. And again, it was a little bit of like, not a pick, but a bit of a flyby where it creates a little bit of confusion and allows the offensive player to get the advantage to the middle and underhand opposite corner snipe.
Coming out hot now. Here comes Gerard. Gerard now quickly into the offense. So quick is Cal Gerard. I mean, he's into the box in seconds.
So Coach Cromwell talked about with Ball, the freshman, to try to keep him on to play defense. So you see Gerard, if you're watching Gerard and Ball, they're going to play a little game here, and they're going to try to keep Quinn Ball, the freshman, on the field to play some defense.
Perfetto leaves his defender, go up top now. Now spinning to right-hander, firing into the back of the cage. Terenzi, the Virginia-bound senior midi. You were waiting for that one on this night, and he can dial it up with the best of them.
He's their juice guy. He's been getting his hands free. Roll back quick, overhand, boom. Verdi dipped a little bit. He's the energy guy. If Manhasset's going to get back in this game, Virginia, Terenzi, he has to be the guy.
One of the top recruits in the country, top 5 recruit class of 2022.
You know, he's one of those things where you just want him to get the ball again. You want to win this faceoff, get it to Terenzi again, and kind of feed the hot hand.
So here comes Gerard once again. Got the pop right there, and he'll beat Ball. And Gerard paying dividends on this night, giving Manhasset the possessions they need, trailing by 5. Now Terenzi will take a look. Under 4 minutes to go here until the half.
So you got a flag down, so it's technically a free possession here for Manhasset.
Terenzi now trying to penetrate. Terenzi will go behind. Free shot coming, as you said. Keep that ball alive. Here's Riley now looking for a pass to the inside. Once it hits the turf, that'll it. Now they'll assess the penalty.
A little bit of force there to the crease, but you see what Manhasset did. Again, that pass down, kind of pick down between Terenzi and Riley. Manhasset played it a lot better there. Chaminade played it a lot better there than they had previously, where Riley was able to get topside and score.
1 minute penalty on number 27, Flyers.
1 minute penalty now on Chaminade. James Tyrus, senior defender.
Listen, you score this, it's 10-6, right? If you can get one here.
Now Hunter Panzik. Here's Panzik up top, of course, wearing the 32 in memory of the legend Johnny Driscoll. 20 years since the passing of the Manhasset All-American. Now left-handed rocket saved by the keeper there. Good look, but P.J. Verdi stood his ground.
Lefty shot by Riley, right? Kind of steps into this, right, on the man up, right, off hip, bang, right, off hip, and then he chases it. That's the second time, right, he's able to secure a possession by winning the race to the end line.
You're a lifelong keeper. Is there any better feeling when you make a huge save than you win the chase to the end line and you deliver the ball to your team?
Oh, you're on top of the world, right? You think you're running so fast, right? You're doing double duty there. That's just a tremendous feeling. Good save. You see him kind of squeezing his hand there, right? That's the one spot as a goalie you get hitting that off thumb as you come across. Hope he's okay.
This night brought to you by Sideline Swap, where lacrosse players buy and sell their gear. Shop top brands up to 70% off. You could cash in on last season's gear right here on the Sideline Swap. Get started at sidelineswap.com. Jimmy Cavallo, Brian Soper, our whole varsity media gang, Manhasset, trailing by 5. You look into the huddle of the Manhasset Indians. You see there's your former high school teammate. Keith, you guys won a county championship, correct? Back in the day with Hicksville?
Yeah, 1997, right? We had a couple of close games. Cromwell scored a game winner for us, and we lost a heartbreaker to Ward Melville in the Long Island Championship. They went on to win the state title pretty easily, but just tremendous memories, and to share the field with, to have Keith on your team and just watch him play was just tremendous. And then went on to Rutgers and did some great things.
Oh yeah, the 3-time All-American in that Rutgers Ring of Honor. But you guys coming out of Hicksville, you beat Farmingdale in the Nassau County Championship, and you suffered the fate many have in Nassau County, losing to Joe Cuso and Ward Melville and those Patriots.
Funniest story is that one of my first years when I got hired at Oyster Bay, I go into the room and I see this guy. He's the sub, and who is it? Joe Cuso. And I'm like, what are you doing here? You're like my worst nightmare. He goes, I got some family that lives in the area, and I'm a substitute teacher here. And I'm like, oh, my word.
It's amazing to think the winningest high school lacrosse coach of all time, and everybody associates Joe with winning all those titles at Ward Melville. And now with Mount Sinai being so relevant again, Joe Cuso won a state title with the Mustangs as their head coach of Mount Sinai.
Did not know that. That's awesome stuff.
Now a loose ball here. Scrapping for that loose ball, swimming over the top. Left-handed, spectacular. Jumping Jack Flaherty, the Navy-bound senior captain, getting it done.
Scrapped out a ground ball, right? Picked one off the ground. Little swim, boom, right? Lefty, right? Low corner. That's tremendous stuff. Big-time goal. Chaminade, you love to see it. Manhasset, that's a deflating one here, under 2 in the first half.
Flaherty, a guy has that Navy toughness. They'll leave him on the field to play some D if they have to, and he can handle it. It's a tough one for Manhasset. You go from having a good look at the keeper to cut it to 4, as you said. Now you're down by 6 once again. And if not for the efforts of Cal Gerard, where would they be? But look at the stick check, taking it away. Oh, beautifully done that time. Looked like Owen Murphy, the Lehigh-bound long stick midi. Now the Flyers are in motion. They're not going to handle it, but picking it up is Creo. Let's see if they settle this one down here. There has been no settling for the Chaminade tonight. They have been attacking the cage.
I expect them to probably take this thing down, right, to get this last shot, right? It's either going to be 12-5, right, or 11-5, right, not letting Manhasset touch the ball again.
This has to make Jack Moran very happy. Of course, as we bring you these images on Thursday night, they're just days away from their Catholic Championship matchup. We'll have it for you here on Varsity Media against St. Anthony's. And they look like they're just excited to play a big game in this first half.
I think that's important. They had a little bit of a tough first half against Kellenberg, and then they kind of figured some things out and it exploded in the second half, and it's totally carried over to the first half here. On
the doorstep, nobody there. Good recovery on the defense that time by Lapina. The next stop will be the Terriers for Lapina.
Tremendous year for BU, right? They're in the tournament, right? They're a dangerous squad.
They're making history right now, and boy, there's some future Terriers in this game. Man, what a job. Ryan Poley. Now, here we go, in motion. The running of the Indians. And we got a player down now. Looked like that might have been a save by Verdi. But on the ground is Dawson Riley, the captain, who's had a good night.
Quick transition opportunity. Terenzi picks it up with 15 seconds to go, streaks down the field. Riley gets a shot. Looked like a save by Verdi. Perhaps a late hit or something like that as he shot the ball.
Yeah, you saw Keith Cromwell get right out there, and Riley on the ground. Chaminade, respectively, will take a knee right in front of their keeper. All right, while we have a moment here, we'll take a quick timeout. More of Reeg's Rock right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Illegal body check.
An event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event? Look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Great images tonight on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Jimmy Cavallo, Oyster Bay head coach Brian Soper. Riggs Rock, 13th edition, 7-5 all-time for Chaminade, and they are in control, +6 here, with only seconds remaining in the first half, and the first half will now come to an end.
Good to see Riley get up and walk off on his own. This is a non-league game. These teams have bigger things to play for. That's the one thing that you don't want to see is an injury in this game. It's good to see. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, 36 jumped up, trotted off, got a round of applause by the hometown crowd. This will be a pretty positive halftime for the Flyers of Chaminade. You know Jack Moran, the former hard-charging middie from Levittown Division in his 43rd year. He'll be happy, but also a little cautious because he knows about the firepower that Manhasset has.
Yeah, especially at the face-off X. You know, Gerard's ability to kind of, string a couple of goals and possessions together. You want to restart this game. If you're Chaminade, you're saying 0-0. Let's have the same type of intensity we had when we started this game.
2 quarters in the books right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network on a night where we honor an American hero, Jimmy Regan, Riggs Rock. Jimmy Regan, who grew up in Manhasset, played at Chaminade. His Flyers lead by 6. Back with more right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST.
Under, and what a look.
Photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effect sets and music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST.
Under, and what a look.
Photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effects set to music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effects set to music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. Stand out from the
Back we are at Manhasset High School on a night where we honor Jimmy Regan. Riggs Rock. Chaminade in control. +6 in that half. Brian Soper. And when you think about this night, the former Chaminade graduate Jimmy Regan, who graduated from Chaminade, went on to Duke, had an outstanding career. But of course, on the back of 9/11, Jimmy Regan had a calling. He told his parents, I need to do something. I want to help. I'm going into the service, and I'm not sitting behind a desk. I'm going to be an Army Ranger. February 9th, 2007, His vehicle ran over an RPG. He was the only one killed in that event. And Jimmy Regan gave his life to this country. And on nights like this, we honor his memory with the greatest honor you could have, playing the game he loved.
So, yeah, I mean, just a tremendous young man. I was able to, at Hicksville we played against Chaminade. I was at UMass. I played against Duke, right, with Regan there, and just tremendous, player and hard worker.
It's amazing how long it's been. This is the 13th edition, and Chaminade 2 quarters away from making it 8-5 all time. They won it in 2019. Of course, we didn't play it in 20 and 21. Chaminade won the first ever back there in 2008, but it's really gone back and forth. You see Manhasset had the back-to-back in 16 and 17 and 10 and 11. Just a wonderful way to honor his memory with the game he loved. You see his father, Jim Regan Sr., all the way over to the right there. There's the 2 guys, Bill Cherry and Jack Moran, the 2 coaches of Manhasset and Chaminade, who had the idea to play this game, and what an idea it was.
And Cromwell, was an assistant for Bill Cherry, right, so he knows what this game is all about. And I was talking to Cromwell before the game. He was well aware that Chaminade had won the last 2, and his guys were eager to try to get one here for the Indians.
Jimmy Regan, who just liked to compete. He liked challenges. That's why he became an Army Ranger. He went on a lacrosse scholarship to Duke. John Danowski would often say of Jimmy Regan, he always had this big smile on his face. And John Danowski said his Blue Devils always try to be the best of what Jimmy Regan always strived to be. Listen, if we all had a choice, he'd still be here doing what he loved best. He'd probably be coaching. But he gave his life for this country, and we honor it tonight. Riggs Rock, halfway home. Chaminade leads it by 6. Manhasset will have possession of the ball here, and every possession counts now for the hometown Indians.
Little goalie change here. We got Flynn in the net. Verdi has an ice pack on his hand from that last save, so perhaps it's an injury-related change.
Man up now for Manhasset. Stepping into this one, fakes, winds, fires. This one, goalie got the save right there. Colin Flynn, the senior, welcome to the game.
Huge save. Getting that first one is so important. Off of Terenzi, nonetheless, right? So big save for Flynn coming out of the halftime.
Look at the ride by Dawson Riley, and now Colin will just throw it. The launch clear, all even now out there. Picked up nicely on the pole that time and clearing it out is Jackie LaMarca, junior long stick midi. Hands it off to Terenzi. Defense into offense. Everything matters now. Ground balls will give you possessions if you're Manhasset, and it's possessions you desperately need.
So definitely a different style of goalie here with Flynn, and one thing that Chaminade really likes about him is his ability to clear the ball and get the ball out. And you saw a little bit of there, getting out of the cage, scooping a ground ball.
Panzik drops it off. They swing it around out to the stick of Peterson. Peterson to Terenzi. Terenzi, light-footed Joey Terenzi, senior midi, bound for Virginia. Virginia, the 2-time national champs, will try and go for the three-peat as the college playoffs get set to begin. Here's Terenzi now. Beautiful look now. Low rocket that goes wide off the stick of Dawson Riley. But Terenzi draw that slide and created a little room for Riley.
Those two definitely have some really good chemistry together. You see the invert by Terenzi leads to a step-down shot by Riley, who it's good to see him back in the game, right? He was a little nicked up there at the end of the half.
No doubt about it. Now Perfetto going to work with his feet. Perfetto turns inside. Bounce shot. Going down to get it. Colin Flynn, the senior. Now 32, swooping over the top. Loose ball picked up. Good job by the hustle and muscle by Riley. That one will go wide. So Manhasset, good possession here. Nothing to show for it because Colin Flynn turned back Dawson Riley right there.
2 for 2. Great way to start.
Now off the roll, Peterson will bring it back up top to the captain, Hunter Panzik. Panzik now one-on-one, staring down Bradley Wyckoff. This is Terenzi now. Terenzi over to Peterson. Here comes Jack now. Tries to swim through. Good defense standing their ground. On the defense right there was Gary Correa. Now left-handed shot, top shelf, Joey Terenzi. The Virginia-bound senior would not be denied.
Just when you think Chaminade's locking him down defensively, sometimes you just got to make a play. Your best guy here sets him up, right, gets to that left, little boom, split, right, hammers that thing to the top corner. Great shot. Just a wide range of moves, and they're so quick. The ability to finish with both hands, right? He just kind of pops. When he makes a play, it kind of just it screams on the field, just a Division I stud.
Got that blow-by, burst, the lax IQ, the whole package. Virginia-bound Joey Terenzi. Now off the draw, coming out again is Gerard. Gerard is doing what Gerard does on this night. He is winning face-off after face-off. Here is Dawson Riley now. Riley draws the pole of Benny Fox.
That's such an underrated, it's underrated, right? Your ability to get on the other side of someone to score, and Terenzi has that ability.
Here's a good look to the inside. Peterson looking for the cutter. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. Perfetto took a little contact. No call there, but Chaminade will get the ball.
So you see Chaminade picks it up here with a shorty.
Good stick check there on the ride by Perfetto, but coming away with it. Streaking downfield is Flaherty. Flaherty nabbing his way through a lot of Indians, and now Flaherty's still on his feet, and he'll reset it. Good job. Legging out a clear.
The old punt return, right? The punt return clear. He was an offensive midi, right, at some point, right, who accepted his role as a defensive midi and a clearer, and out of Chaminade, right, the ability to be kind of a team player. That's like the epitome of what Regan and the entire program built by Morant stands for.
Well, when you have this kind of numbers, when you look at Chaminade's sideline, they might need 2 buses to get to a game. And when you have that much talent, delayed penalty coming up now on Manhasset, you do what it takes to get on the field and help your team. Chaminade now looking to cash in. Good defense there to prevent any damage. Jack LaMarca, junior long stick midi. So going off is Liam O'Connor. 30-second man up now for Chaminade.
So you see Chaminade coming out in a man up. You see Aiden Lau, right, checks in. He's another Navy commit. He's playing in the crease there. Good finisher. Coach Ampler must have like a little apartment or something in the area, right? He's getting a bunch of these Chaminade.
Yeah, 4 Navy commits for the Flyers of Chaminade. Now a Lockwood company will set up on this man up. Extra man opportunity now for the Flyers. They lead by 5. Swinging the ball now, getting this defense moving. Now here comes Creel. Creel's had a big night. Creel will get it back now. He drops it off. Left-handed wrist rocket. From downtown, Ryan Landolfi. There's one of those Navy guys you're talking about.
Just a stretch shooter here. There's no X's and O's to this. This is just get your hands free, let it fly. Creole step in, boom, right, top corner. You see that net ripple. Manhasset. Manhasset, letting him stretch. That's a shot that, you give up, right? You hope the goalie can save it, but that's some serious smoke by Landolfi.
Yeah, from about 17 yards out. Off the whistle, Manhasset will get the ball now.
Face-off violation.
On the face-off violation, so running it in is Gerard. Gerard, who started this game with a clean win at that face-off X and a goal on the burst. He is special. Duke-bound junior face-off man, Cal Gerard.
And the thing that makes him so good is that not only can he win face-off, but he's confident with his stick, right? His ability to kind of handle the ball. Not every dynamic face-off guy has those types of lacrosse skills.
Indians down by 6 once again. Now Terenzi. To his left hand, Terenzi now navigating. They'll go behind. Here's Perfetto. Perfetto tries to turn top side. Good defense here. On the pole is Griffin Cole, the Williams-bound senior captain. Good encounter there for Griff.
Win your matchup, right? It's pretty simple. Offensively, you got to try to win your matchup. Defensively, you win your matchup. And right there, the defender won his matchup on a really good attackman, Perfetto.
Halfway through this third quarter now. 6-point deficit for Manhasset. Jack Peterson. Peterson outstanding in the classroom. He's bound for Harvard. Peterson working against a shorty now. Here's Peterson. Turns, it goes.
Right, Perfetto's got him hung now. This is not the guy you really want. He's a tremendous feeder. So they'll probably just leave him back there, right, and see what the defense will do here and check.
Perfetto got a man wide open on the doorstep, denied. Coming across was Colin Flynn. Oh man, Liam Connor thought he had one there.
Right, little tight feed here by Perfetto. Boom! Right, gets across, top hand drive it. Right, that's all about being explosive. Right, smaller goalie. Right, you better be explosive to the top there, and he drove that top hand to the ball.
That's what you like to see. Now going back to work, working on the interior to the cage once again. Liam Connor, the Colgate-bound junior attackman's had a couple looks here. Big size for Connor. He could be a bulldodger around that crease.
Yeah, that was a nifty little inside roll there and got himself a good shot.
Connor looking for third time to be in the charm, and it goes wide. So good aggressive series here for Liam Connor.
Not sure if that's a scout or if that's a scout by Chaminade or just the way the matchups wind up, but they're playing Connor there with a short stick.
Peterson will bring it back in now. He's shadowed by Flaherty. Here's Peterson now going to work. Peterson will flip it up top, and they'll swing it around. Here's the cutter on the inside, looking for that left hand. Good stick work by the Chaminade defense. Now the ball's on the carpet. Coming away with his Manhasset. This will be a trip now, and Manhasset's going to be a man up. Ball goes down. They'll blow the whistle and assess the penalty.
Chaminade super aggressive there, swinging some sticks. Terenzi comes out of a pile with the ball, and you see a trip. Good job there by the Chaminade defense, right? Chaminade historically, when the ball goes behind in some sort of invert situation, they go zone, kind of a diamond with their poles. And, Riley had been doing a good job getting to the middle there, but the defense was stout for Chaminade.
Well, Colin Flynn started this second half, the senior goalie. He's made some clutch saves here to prevent Manhasset from getting any momentum going in this third quarter.
He's definitely shut the door here on Manhasset, who's kind of dominated the possession here in the third quarter.
Now they'll swing it around, up a man. Good defense once again by Chaminade. The poles are active, but they got numbers here. Manhasset, bounce shot. Don't know if the keeper got a piece of it, but it goes wide.
Even if he didn't, right, he's just moving so well in the cage, right? You're gonna have a really good shot to beat him right now with how much energy he has in the cage.
Now Perfetto, little two-man game. Perfetto now takes a look. Perfetto gets it back right there, steps into that one. No chance, Colin Flynn. Flynn is locked in right now.
No soup for you. Right, the goalies, we call that popcorn. That's a little popcorn for you.
Chaminade, good clear onto the stick of Correa. Now Correa's got some numbers. The Flyers are running. Correa drops it off on the doorstep to Creo. In comes a penalty. This will be a push on Manhasset, and Chaminade's going to go a man up.
Bit of a 2-on-1 there, Correa. That was his chance, right? Sometimes those D-middies get the ball, and they're going to the cooker.
Push with possession.
.30-second push with possession.
Back Mulholland.
Coming off as Jackie Mulholland, the sophomore. Long stick midi, good active night for Jack. Actually going off is going to be is Liam Connor.
Goalie change for Manhasset as well.
Jack Diskin now, the junior, is in there. Diskin with his first action tonight. Diskin has seen plenty of time in the cage early in the season here from Manhasset. Winding and firing. Oh, doctor, what a blast that time. Ryan Landolfi and the Navy-bound junior looking for some triple digits on that one.
That's that man again. Right, that's not the first shot you want to see as a new goalie in the game. right? Boom. I mean, just the torque, right? How far he brings that stick back. That's hard for a goalie. There's so much action with his hands, and you're not really sure what to pick up on as a goalie. And when it's traveling, like you said, that's probably upper 90, right? Getting close to 100 miles an hour. That's some serious shooting.
First thing Jack Moran will tell you, big lefty shooter. I mean, that's one of those shots you just, in the summer, you just warm up with a bucket of balls. You don't think you're going to get that much time and space. He got it right there.
He's got two, right? That's that you say that, but he's got two. What are those? Add those up. That's about 32 yards of smoke right there.
I mean, when you let a guy get that clean crow hop, hang on for dear life, keeper.
Yeah, I'm like, as a goalie, I'm like, there's one guy, that number 9, right? We need to crowd him, right? He's not allowed to shoot or even get close to hitting me with that.
Chaminade has really been dominant tonight. They lead by 7. All phases outside of that face-off circle, they have been stellar. Here's another goal for the Flyers as they are pouring it on in Riggs Rock. Matty Burns, the senior midi head in a Navy. Burnsy with a blast.
Right, got Manhasset on a double, kind of a wheel the backside. Hands free, let it fly. Number 3, number 9. Right now, it seems like anything that they're firing, right, is just pinging corners.
Smooth, high, lax IQ guy. You know, he just wants to contribute. He'll take that assist as much as he'll take that goal, but he had a look right there. Scramble off this face-off. This will go and be a hold on Chaminade. It'll go to Manhasset. I mean, Chaminade will also, you take some positive. You've lost virtually every face-off, but you've done a good job in recovering after some good defensive possessions and some timely goaltending.
At the end of the day, the ball has to go in the net. And when they're getting good shots, they're sharing the ball, they're getting it to guys who have their hands free. Right, Manhasset's quick to double, and they're capitalizing, by shooting from some range here.
8-point game now. Some real separation for the Flyers of Chaminade. Manhasset needs to score in bunches. They need a couple of 3-0 runs here in the back end of this game. Under 2 minutes in the third. Going to the cage is Riley. Riley right down Broadway. It'll go wide, but they'll hang on to it. A lot of effort by Dawson Riley, the Bryant Bounce senior captain. He'll give up his body.
He goes hard, right? He definitely fits the Bryant Bulldog mascot there. He's tough getting to that middle of the field.
Here comes Connor now. Connor looking to break through. He's been active in this third quarter. Got a man open. Good defense there as Panzik had a look.
14 goals is super impressive, but where I've been super impressed with Chaminade is down here on the defensive end. I think they've played super tight. I think they've played together as a unit. And with 2 different goalies in there to keep that cohesiveness, that's just awesome stuff.
Looks like Griffin Cole's going to be called for a slash here, so delay penalty. Manhasset will take a look. We roll up on the final minute here of the third quarter. Riggs Rock. Chaminade Manhasset. Final big tune-up for both these teams. Chaminade has lost both their matchups with St. Anthony's, but they're going to be going into Tuesday's championship game on a high note unless there is cataclysmic lacrosse events here in the fourth quarter.
You know what they say, it's hard to beat a team not just twice, but to beat a team 3 times, right, is super hard. And
they split with the Friars a year ago and then lost the final 15-11. It'll be a festive matchup Tuesday night right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. On the doorstep, another good recovery by the defense.
There's just nowhere to go, right? They can't win. They can't really win a one-on-one matchup, and anytime they try to force it, just active sticks, loud check calls by the defense, just together as a unit, moving together with a lot of cohesion.
Indians are still a man up here. Final 20 seconds.
So I think it's really important, right? Regardless of this game, I really think it's important for Manhasset to finish this game strong, all right, so they can get that momentum as they go into and finish up this Class C Nassau County schedule.
Pass to the interior, goes through. Now off the loose ball, picked back up by the Indians, but the horn will sound and bring the third quarter to a close. The Flyers of Chaminade are having their way with the hometown Indians on a night where we celebrate an American hero, Jimmy Regan. Regs rock. 1 quarter of lacrosse left right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you. Because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
It's Regs Rock Night and Manhasset. The Flyers of Chaminade lead by 8. Hey, you know that bucket of equipment you have in the garage? Well, want to make some money? Sideline Swap. Check out the app where lacrosse players go to buy and sell their gear. That's right. You could buy gear or you could sell it. Shop all the top brands, over 70% off. You know you can get cash in on last season's gear right here on Sideline Swap, the app. Get started at sidelineswap.com. You know, Soper's kids got all that expensive gear, and they want the new stuff every year. So,
well, you should see. I got the coach's car right now. The coach's car has 3 pairs of gloves, sticks, med kits, AEDs, right? So you name it, I got it. So if you want to make a couple bucks, come by the car. We'll hit the swap up.
Yeah, you always know a lax guy when he gets a flat tire. All that gear is on the shoulder as he goes to pull that stuff out. 1 quarter to go here. You know, you mentioned for Manhasset, there's so much to play for. They're on the brink of the Nassau County playoffs and a little State of the Union in Class C. What a year for Seaford, right? I mean, 12-1, 22 seniors. They're sort of the elephant in the room. I know you could talk about Southside and Wantagh, but the year Seaford has had, listen, you want to go in clicking on all cylinders, and sometimes you could find a little something against great competition in just a quarter, even in a losing effort.
And I think that's why this is important for Manhasset, right? Because they're the hunted, right? These Seafords and South, all these teams, they want nothing more than knock off Manhasset. And I think it's important for Manhasset to finish this strong and go in with some momentum to Plain Edge and Seaford.
Yeah, Seaford beat Wantagh on Wednesday 9-8. Of course, Manhasset beat Wantagh by 24, so they're absolutely the favorite. The defending champs lost that epic Long Island championship last year in the Long Island championship. Joey Spallina getting topside with 12 seconds left, sent everybody home.
Yeah, he only had 9 points tonight against Shoreham. I think 3 and 6. Not too bad. I might not be right, but someone said 138 points this season.
Yeah, they can't wait to get him. It's Syracuse on the run. There's a goal. Number 32 in your program, Hunter Panzik, the Air Force-bound senior median, the captain, gets one.
Right, great job here. A little split dodge by the Air Force commit. Hands free. Boom. Right, sidearm, top corner. All right, takes a hit. Right, a little pumped up there. Great shot by the Air Force commit. That's one thing that's really cool, I think, about this Jimmy Regan game is that you see Air Force, you see a bunch of Navy commits. It's, kids that are, going to serve our country. And they're, what tremendous representatives of their communities and their schools.
Gerard comes out again, victorious.
That's big for him, right? Panzik's been a little quiet this game. For him to stick a goal here in the fourth quarter, right, for this game or next games, they need him to score from the midfield.
Jack Peterson now. Up top he goes. Here he comes again. Panzik, good pass to the inside. Flashing and shooting was Terenzi. Well, you know your former teammate, Keith Cromwell, he levied the challenge to his Indians coming into this fourth quarter that you better show me something here.
For sure, right? He's an intense guy. He expects his players to play at the highest level, winning or losing. So definitely, you'll see the Indians go down. They won't go down without a fight.
Around the world on that one for Liam Connor. And the save by Colin Flynn. Flynn has been sharp here in the second half. P.J. Verdi was outstanding, the Hopkins-bound junior keeper. But Colin, and now here come the Flyers. Running the other way, turning back and swinging it onto the stick.
What I liked about that save with Flynn is not only did he save it, but he controlled the rebound, right? He controlled the rebound, right? You control rebounds as a goalie, right? You keep possessions and then you outlet it to your team. Nothing worse than making a save and then giving a rebound and letting the team get a second opportunity. Right, my phone's blowing up with former Comets, right? Tommy Kessler, right? He's texting me, he's listening, right? Shout out to Tommy, right? Hofstra, great face-off guy for us for Hicksville. So a lot of people here listening and tuning into this great game just to show how much buzz there was around this one.
It's a big one for the lacrosse community. So possession here for Chaminade. They lead by 7. They're in total control. An explosive night for their offense. Now taking a look, coming down that alley. Chopping it back off behind. Chaminade now using some clock, using their feet. Good dancing in and out by Balsamo. Balsamo, the cutter and a goal. What a feed that time. On the run is Alakwa.
Just great patience, right? Sharing the ball, right? Balsamo gets there to his left hand, right? Bounces off, steps away. Great cut by Alakwa. Go to Notre Dame. Little celly. Let's scrape it. There you go. All right, so a little celebration there. Obviously, Chaminade feeling good. That was a great possession. I think 4 or 5 of those guys touched the ball in a tight area, get a hard cut to the ball, finish it.
Alakwa, bound for Notre Dame, the quarterback of the football team. He was on the receiving end right there. Good cut.
I don't know about you, Jimmy, but I think Notre Dame got a raw deal, right, in the NCAA for lacrosse. I don't think anyone wanted us to play them. Notre Dame had Liam Enneman, right, goalie, great goalie for Chaminade, right. So if he's here or listening, right, I think you guys should be in that tournament.
How many times are you going to see a top 10 team win their final 6 games of the season and get snubbed at the finish line? It really defies logic.
Yeah, the Kavanaugh, just thinking about it now. Ennemans, Kavanaughs, right? So many Chaminade, little pipeline there to Notre Dame. So they'll be back, right? But would have loved to see them try to make a run.
Well, the early losses they had, you knew put them in a hole, but when you go with a 6-pack to end the year,
right, that eye test.
You're
right?
thinking they did enough.
You watch the eye. They passed, right? They passed the eye test. They got everything you want.
Manhasset now with possession. They trail by 8. And it'll be a turnover here.
Just great discipline by the Chaminade defenders, right? They're always on your hands, right? So whether you're passing or shooting, a lot of times they little checks on the hands, right? Knock the ball out of bounds or they fumble the shot. Just great coaching by the defensive personnel coaches for Chaminade.
Now Balsamo. Balsamo coming in as a game-time decision. They made the right decision in playing Charles.
Let's see here in the fourth quarter if maybe they start to manage some of these guys, right, and make sure that they leave this game healthy.
Jack Flaherty now, Navy bounder. Draws a double team, drops it off now. Now rolling back to his left, swinging back to his right. Alakwa showing those feet. Here comes the captain now. There's Charles now. Left hand coming down the alley. Super Chuck! Yes, sir! The Duke-bound captain will not be denied with Riggs Rock on the line.
That was a big-time matchup, right? Lapina going to BU. He tries a little can opener there, right? A little check that all the D-middies are doing, right? Good shot, right? Goalie slightly out of position there, leaving that left side. As a shooter, right, that lefty sweep to your left, right? As a goal, you really got to protect that back side. And a good shot there by Balsamo. He's coming out now, not shocking, right? That might be the night for him, right? He's done tremendous work wearing that 19 jersey.
And that's the point. Wearing that 19, it's so important. And you could just tell he was inspired tonight, having a great time. Ends it on like a 13-yard lefty jump shot.
He's just so tough, right? There's guys who are shifty and get their hands free, but there's guys who can dodge through pressure, right? Lapina's a BU guy, right, and commit, and he just kind of good defense, just great offense too.
Well, what a theme for Boston University. Riggs Rock helped BU win their first ever Patriot League title. Boy, what a moment for Ryan Polley. He's the original coach there, is Ryan. Been there all 9 years. First ever Patriot League title. First berth into the Division I championship bracket. They beat Army 14-10. It's only the 9th year of the program. So Matty Perfetto, Manhasset brother Louis Perfetto, Patriot League MVP. You got Roy Meyer, James Corcoran, Boston University from Chaminade. Timmy Barrett, Manhasset at Boston University. It's not going to be easy for the Terriers. They'll go to Princeton, high noon on Saturday, baby. They played once already this year, April 9th, lost 12-7. So 5-point loss, 5-goal loss. They got a shot.
That's a hard-working staff, right? BU is all over the place. They're recruiting everywhere. And the one thing that I love to see, right, Chris Gray, tremendous player, right, started at BU. I'm sick of hearing that he started BU. He's at UNC. I just love the fact that BU, despite that, right, do it with your guys, right, and they kind of come out here and they're starting to really make a name for themselves and get into that NCAA tournament is unbelievable for them.
Boston University, the Terriers, Coach P, congratulations. What a job. Yeah, that means something. I mean, he's the first coach they ever had when the program started 9 years ago. You're building. And when you had that victory, 14-10 over Army, the dream was real. You were going to the dance.
And if you're a coach on Long Island, right, you see those guys everywhere, right? They do live streams, right? They show drills, the clips, right? They're just so into it. And as a staff, right, they're so connected, and it pays off on the field.
And don't think it doesn't hurt recruiting either. Kids want to go to a program that has a chance to go to the playoffs, that has a chance to win a conference championship.
Another save there by Flynn. Perfetto gets to the middle.
Look at this, right down Broadway on the pole is Owen Murphy. And Murph was looking to bring the Chaminade crowd to its feet. Anytime one of those poles get loose, look out.
Third goalie in here from Manhasset.
Tyler Godfrey now, the senior in there. Godfrey also has seen time this year in between the pipes. They have 3 capable goalies on the roster. That's a great luxury for the Indians of Manhasset. All 3 have started and played games this year. 6 minutes left here. Manhasset High School, home of the Indians, defending Nassau County champs. One of the great cathedrals for high school lacrosse really in America. Jimmy Brown, of course, was playing days here, but so many legends.
Yeah, it's crazy. You just walk in the stands and you're like, oh, that guy played at Hopkins, that guy played at UMass, right into John Kazalakis, who was a teammate of mine at UMass before I went to Adelphi. Just an awesome Manhasset goalie, as we're talking about Manhasset goalies, right? The Murthas, right? Just a tremendous lineage of tremendous players and tremendous goalies from Manhasset.
Yeah, state championships, 95, 2004. The back-to-back, 2009, 2010, 09. Beat Lafayette. Connor English, 9 goals in the game. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and a lot of those
Lyle Thompson on that team.
A lot of those alumni, right? They come back and they live in town, right? Kazalakis lives in town. You got Denahans, and they just love Manhasset, and then now their kids are going to be the next generation, right, to put on the jersey.
Here's a goal again. Chaminade, they're just having a great time out there now. Alakwa.
Right, 2-2 Alakwa. little nifty pass there, right? Gets to that middle. I mean, the middle of the field is so important in lacrosse, right? Again, like a foul shot in basketball, you get to the middle, the whole net opens up for you, and how many different guys do they have that can shoot the ball, right? Lacrosse has become a game where if you can't shoot it, you can't play at the next level. And Chaminade guys are going to the next level because you can see they can really shoot the lacrosse ball.
It's a good, crafty little play by Flaherty. Took it right into the teeth of the defense, turned around. It was almost like an NBA basketball play, right at the defenders, kick it back for the three.
And that's one thing that's kind of changed a little bit with lacrosse is it always used to be like dodge one side, skip it to the other side. But you realize that when you make a pass to the ball side, there's a lot of traffic. So you kind of have these built-in picks, and Manhasset's been doing it a lot as well.
Yeah, Flaherty, in essence, picked two defenders right there.
Kind
he
of
sealed them off.
Yeah, you kind of pass and you go into your pass and you're creating a roadblock.
1 minute for cross-check.
Terenzi, right, he caught one, whipped it behind his back there in the crease, and I think it hit the bottom pipe, and maybe Flynn got a piece of it. But drew a foul right on the behind the back shot.
Ten-goal lead.
We didn't really see that coming, right? We kind of before the game we were like, this is going to be a real tight one, but a mixture of things combined for that. I think the shooting of the Flyers has been superior.
Good save by the keeper again. Colin Flynn, he is seeing it well.
Stand tall and like I said before, rebound control, right? There's a step-down shot by a Division I guy going to Bryant, right? You catch it, boom, right? Soft hands, make a save, and now you have a possession and you can run some more clock.
I mean, sometimes, too, you just got to tip your cap to a different animal. This is Chaminade. Manhasset, 3 losses, 3 public schools, Darien, Cold Spring Harbor, and, of course, Garden City. On this night, this kind of talent got it going fast and furious. Look, they're going to be disappointed. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they're competitors. They're all going places. It's a lacrosse game. But they'll regroup, and they'll be ready for the playoffs. Take a quick timeout here. There's your score, 17-7 on Reeg's Rock Night. This is the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you, because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body, because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
Back live images right here from Manhasset High School. If you're thinking of lacrosse gear on the secondary market, there's no other place to go than the Sideline Swap, where lacrosse players buy and sell their gear. Shop top brands, over 70% off on the discount. Cash in on last season's gear. Get started at SidelineSwap.com. Sideline Swap, where lacrosse players buy and sell their gear. Championship time of year right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Massapequa at Syosset, enough said right here. You always got to love when these two get together. And then Tuesday, May 17th, 4 p.m., the one and only Catholic Championship. It's on the calendar, etched in stone every year. Chaminade at St. Anthony's.
As big as it gets, rivalries. That Class A, right? Class A rivalry, lacrosse. Now it's about seeding and about getting some momentum into the playoffs.
That game will be at the home of Championship Lacrosse, Hofstra University. Neutral site. St. Anthony's has won the first 2 games, but after what we've seen for Jack Moran's Flyers, you're not going to count them out on any level. They're going to be ready to go Tuesday night as they try and get back that title.
And I think they have a lot of confidence, right? The first game, right, got away from them a little bit, and they were much more competitive and had a lead in that second game. And I think they're just chomping at the bit to get that third time against them. They really think that they can win that game.
St. Anthony's only a couple losses on the year, losing the number 1 team in America in St. John's, and then lost to Darien out of Connecticut, Jeff Braymeyers. Blue Wave down 4 goals with less than 3 minutes to go in the game, wins it in regulation. That's not easy to do. So
yeah, they were definitely, they were riding some sort of wave, right, to get that comeback.
Well, anytime the name Minicus is involved with the Blue Wave, you're in business. But hey, listen, that's when you talk about Manhasset and the culture. You talk about great cultures all over Long Island. There might not be a better culture in the Nutmeg State of Connecticut than the Blue Wave of Darien.
I love how they're playing out of state, right? It's such an amazing thing now that, COVID and some of those things have been lifted. The ability to play out of state, it kind of makes it feel like a college program, right? You're going to play the best anywhere. And, as a high school kid, to get that experience, to ride the bus, to play a primetime opponent, that's how you get better, right? The idea of these programs is to play and be great at the next level, and that's how you do it.
Well, that's why Coach Cromwell was so happy to have that game again with Darien. They lost. That was their first loss of the season. It was 13-11. It was a great game. Dawson Riley with 5 goals in that game. Gerard had a couple goals. Listen, they did a great job on Terenzi to Darien on that day and came away with a win. 2 nationally ranked teams, but just similar communities. It's a rivalry based on similarity, based on guys going places, based on talent. A lot of football, hockey, lacrosse athletes on the field at one time.
They played a few years ago, and I was lucky enough to come watch at Darien, and I saw Arden Cohen play in high school, who's the All-American now for Notre Dame. And my friends rag me a little bit, but he's the best high school defenseman I've ever seen, and got to see him play here on this turf as Darien came and visited Manhasset.
It's one of the luxuries you have when you can have all those non-league games. You got to love these great programs with that fearless mentality. Hey, let's go around and play people. As we always say, though, there's the difference between being 17-4 and state champs and 20-1 and state runner-up is no difference at all. You'll be 17-4 and state champ any day of the week.
And as a coach, it's really great when you play other teams that you don't really know. So it allows you to kind of put in a game plan against players that you're not familiar playing with, and that's really good for your team as you get into the playoffs and you try different strategies and things as you're playing teams for perhaps the second time.
Turning and firing and getting one home here in the final 30 seconds of the game.
It's a good shot there, right again, getting to the middle of the field. 25 seconds, right? It's going to be a memory there for a lifetime to get a goal here in that game.
Morrissey and Lapina. Face-off win for Morrissey.
Final 15 seconds now. Reeves Rock. Chaminade jumped out fast. They have never looked back in this one.
That goal was scored by 22 Donald Mack.
There you go.
Yeah, we had
so I was looking for my extended roster. The Mack attack.
Yeah,
We're sorry, Donnie
Mac.
boy.
We got you, though. We got you a little love.
Way to get one home. And that will do it. Well, Soap, coming in, high expectations for 2 teams. A boatload of talent on the field, but you had to be impressed with the guys of the Scarlet and Gold did on this night. They established a lead early. They got good goaltending. Their defense was opportunistic on a night where they did not control the face-off X, and they scored goals in bunches, and they come away with a statement signature win.
All phases were working. I think that perhaps they got a little wake-up call in that first half against Kellenberg, and they're ready to go right now.
Reeves Rock will stay with the Flyers of Chaminade.
Just tremendous after the game. You saw a bunch of the players just hugging each other and congratulating each other. So they fought hard on the field, but a great show of sportsmanship at the end of this game.
Game has so much pageantry. It has so much meaning. It has now so much history. It's amazing that how long it's been. This was the 13th time they played. It's now 8-5. Chaminade But it's really a game now when you grow up in this town of Manhasset, or if you make your way to Chaminade as a lacrosse player, you're going to look forward to it every year.
It's a chance, right? A lot of these kids, they grow up together. They play club ball together. If you look at them, they're on the Express, they're on Igloo, right? They're on 91 teams, right? So, you play these games against, and it's your time to kind of show yourself. And we had a bunch of guys for Chaminade, right, in the goal. Creo, right, both goalies, right, facing off. They fought tough. Defensively, they were great. So the ability to kind of show yourself here on a big stage against a lot of players that you're friends with and familiar with.
Yeah, one of America's greatest lacrosse towns, and this night they honor an American hero, Jimmy Regan, who used to wear number 19, and Charles Balsamo doing everybody proud. RP3 Player of the Game, and there he is, Charles Balsamo. Whitmore Insurance, RP3 Player of the Game, the Duke-bound captain. What a night for 19.
Only fitting that somebody wearing 19 is our Player of the Game. Just super impressed with his tenacity and his ability to go to the goal, but he also showed us the ability to share the ball as well, right? He got double teams, right? He didn't force it, that one step-back feed to Alakwa. So the ability to both shoot and share the ball is what makes him a tremendous weapon and a tough cover for any defense.
Chaminade decided that they would not retire the number 19. Jim Regan Sr., Jack Moran, Coach Pomponio, they all thought it was more fitting for number 19 for Chaminade not to be raised to the rafters, so to speak, but to be out there on the field. And I think it was a great decision.
It means so much, and you have to carry on. I think having kids carry that tradition does a lot more to honor the legacy than it is to stash that number up somewhere or keep it in a closet somewhere. So just a tremendous job by the Chaminade, family, right, to recognize. And, Regan is just – and also some other guys, Ronnie Winchester, right? They've had a bunch of guys who have, given their lives the ultimate sacrifice. So God bless them.
Jack Moran, who first saw Jimmy Regan at a lacrosse camp, and he knew he was special right away. Today's game is brought to you by the Manhasset Lacrosse Parents Association. The MLPA wants to thank the Manhasset lacrosse community for their continued support and generosity, which makes broadcasts like this possible. MLPA doing a great job. And this night, plenty of things on sale, shirts and hats and everything you'd want, all to benefit the Lead the Way Foundation. It's an organization that the Regan started. Whether it's guys in Walter Reed Hospital or Army Rangers who need help, the Regans wanted a way to give back in Jimmy's honor, and so much of that apparel is on display here with the fans, people buying the hats and shirts, and it continues to just be a driving force to honor his memory.
Just a great message, right? Lead the way. And you're talking about Manhasset, you're talking about Chaminade, student athletes that are going to go on in this world and lead the way, whether it's on the lacrosse field, whether it's in the boardroom. Just great kids and a great message. Lead the way.
Our next telecast, right there, you see it. Massapequa at Syosset tomorrow, May 13th, 5 p.m., right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And then the big one for Catholic League Lacrosse, the granddaddy of them all, Hofstra, May 17th, Tuesday night, 4 p.m. It's like two Catholic lacrosse freight trains coming down the same track from opposite directions. Chaminade and St. Anthony's, the Friars, are the defending champs. Chaminade will not only come in with a chip on their shoulder, they'll come in with a great win under their belt.
Yeah, ding, 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 right? Round 3, right? Let's see who you put the gloves on and swing, right? Doesn't matter. You win 2 and you lose the last one. This is the one that matters. The last game matters. There's been plenty of times where the team that's won in the regular season has lost at the end, and that's what people remember. Who's left standing there at the end?
So Coach Moran, in his 43 years, another proud night for the Flyers of Chaminade. It's been a spectacular night of images here at Manhasset High School. We want to thank everybody involved to make Regs Rock edition number 13 a success. Chaminade wins it 17-8. For the national champion keeper, Brian Soper from Adelphi, I'm Jimmy Cavallo. For everybody on the Varsity Media Sports Network, good night from Manhasset. Reegs Rock goes to the Chaminade Flyers.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.